Alright, everybody, and we are back into Warframe 101. As always, I am your host, Ittarra. Now, in the last episode, we went over beginner platinum, starter frames, and so on and so forth. In this one, I'm going to show you the best way to get your resources, both rare and common, as well as a few other things such as weapons and just overall how to get things going for yourself. Now, like I said prior, we have our weapons over here. Now, a good starter primary is the Latron. The Latron is a very highly precise weapon, does quite a bit of damage to both Grineer and Corpus, as well as, has pretty decent put down power, and you don't have to really farm for much in order to actually get there. Now, it seems like it's a lot. 20,000 credits, 5 Morphics, all these numbers seem extremely huge when you're first starting out. Now, the way you want to go about doing this is right here, Mercury, the very first instance where you can actually grab Morphics. What you want to do is you want to play this one exactly. Apodolor Sector. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but I tried, so give me some credit there. Survivals, as well as defense missions, or just anything in general that has massive amounts of wave clear, excavation, low-level excavations, and so on and so forth, are your best bet for getting rare resources. Now, the only caveat to that, I guess you could say loophole of that, is these things called Dark Sector Defenses or Dark Sector Survivals. Please be a survival. Okay, good. It's a Dark Sector Survival or Defense. Now, what happens is when you do this, is you can see you get an additional credit, pickup rate, XP from kills, XP from kills. Now, the thing is it says 20% pickup rate, but, I have to call a little bit of baloney on that because I have gotten more resources from actually farming either the boss, which is natural, or farming just on a regular survival or defense, just when it was just normal people. I don't understand why it works like that, but, that's just how it seemed to have worked for me. It'll probably work for you with the Dark Sectors. It's just all a matter of trial and error because RNGesus has to be on your side. Okay, now, we went over Morphics, now we're going to talk about Neurodes. Now, as you can see, this little blob right here of blackness, Neurodes. It's your first instance of actually gaining an extremely valuable, extremely rare resource. The best way to go about this is to go here, the Mariana sector, because for one, it's a sabotage. But the reason why is because in this instance, a sabotage has rich Orokin supply caches. Now, what that equates to is it's a random drop of either a credit cache, a rare mod, Forma, or just anything in general. But I've noticed that is the best way to actually farm for Neurodes because of the fact that it has a higher drop chance because it's a rare drop. It's a rare resource cache. So there's going to be unnatural things happening there anyway. So, as a whole, if you need Neurodes, Mariana's your place. Okay, now, Saturn is it's Saturn, right? Yeah, okay. Saturn is the very first instance where you find these things called Orokin Cells. The bastards! Now, what ends up happening is, for Orokin Cells and everything else, now, people will say they need a plastid for them. They'll pretty much go here, but you'll see them immediately head over to the Dark Sector Defense or the Infestation for Survival. Me, personally, I go here. I go for the Grineer because, yes, of course, they can shoot at you and everything else, but not only do they start at a lower level, but you will end up, if you can make it roughly 15 or 20 minutes in, you'll rack up at least 800 kills. Because of the simple fact that the Grineer stall. Whereas the Infested will swarm you, the Grineer will actually slow down when they're trying to shoot at you. So if you have an extremely long, narrow hallway, they'll slowly come down at you. So if you have something like Rhino Stomp, or if you have something like Excalibur's Exalted Blade that has massive amounts of wave clear and or stalling tactics, you can literally stomp or slice and they will drop dead. Now, the best way to actually go about doing this is if you have a friend, or if you can actually go into recruiting or region chat and just say, looking for Necros for Orokin Farm. Now, there is another way of doing this, but that's all the way over here near endgame. This right here is where everybody goes. Apparently, what is it? Where the hell is it? Draco, where are you, Draco? Oh, there it is, right there. All right. This interception mission apparently is like the best affinity and everything else, but you know, the thing is it's a really high level and everything else, and you won't have that right away. So, if I were you, I would actually see if you could see if a friend is playing, or just, you know, anybody that's willing to help with Necros, because Necros has an ability called Desecrate, and what Desecrate does is it turns dead bodies and corpses, whether they are chopped in half or not, into a second item drop, essentially doubling your drop chance, which is, you know, pretty self explanatory. Now, that is basically the very first thing. Now, apart from everything else, you know, you like these first first 5 planets right here are everything you're going to need to actually make this game work. This is where pretty much every resource, I believe, I don't hold me to that, I think it's every resource, I could be wrong. Now that we're done, now that we went over that, we're going to head over to the market, and I'm going to show you some great starter weapons that are pretty much broken late game. Or not broken, but they're extremely powerful. Now, oh, I forgot to say this because, you know, thought process. What ends up happening, what you would want to do as well is you want to make sure that you can actually see if you can join a clan. Now, you can start a clan on your own. It's no big deal. You can start your own clan. But the reason why you want to start your own clan is for the dojo. Now, I'm going to take you to my dojo so you can see exactly why it's important. There should be only a quick little load screen here, so bear with me here. Yes, my clan is called Wars Merchants because of a stupid joke that happened. But this is the punchline. Another satisfied Tendo. There you go. That's the punchline. Alright, now we're going to go through a load screen here, but the reason why a dojo is important is because it sells things and actually does things that are not available in the market. Now, we're going to head over here. Alright, this is the Tenno Lab. Now, the Tenno Lab has landed craft segments, incubator upgrade segments, it has a whole bunch of weapons, a new arch wing, and here's where you can get Vault. You can literally get Vault extremely early with just that. What else is there? There's a whole, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different researches. I am going to actually take this. I need the Ninkandi first. Oh, okay. Damn it. Alright. Now, as you can see, everything has a weapon and everything else. So you would want to be able to maximize everything that you can. Now, it's not saying that's not without hard work and actual, you know, progression. But if you guys want the best out of your game, you're gonna have to do it. Or you can actually ask and see if anybody's recruiting for a clan, or if you have a friend that's already in a clan that can invite you, and so on and so forth. Now, most dojos and most clans will ask you to participate when necessary, and everything is already finished. You know, there's might be a little couple decorations here and there that you could probably support and do, or just, you know, things in general. But most people will just, you know, accept you because the better the numbers, the better the thing. The better the process of going about stuff. Now, the interesting part, the intriguing part, I should say, about just this as a whole is the simple fact that the more people that are in the clan, the Amethyst, what the hell was that? Okay, the more people that there is in the clan, what'll end up happening is the higher the resources go to actually make things happen. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Do you want to keep it small so that way you can get everything done quicker? Or do you want to hire more people and just have it slowly progress, but you have more, but you have more people to actually do it with? So it's kind of like, it's just one of those things. But 9 times out of 10, if you say you're looking for a clan or anything like that, you will be accepted. All you have to do is just actually pull your own weight when it's necessary. And To be honest with you, as long as you don't act like a complete douchebag, pretty much, they're not going to get rid of you. You'll always be a part of it, and you can leave whenever you want. So, it's just one of those things. But if you're anything that's actually, common or, a decent person, you would actually just end up, supporting what you can, and if something better comes along, you say thank you, and so on and so forth. You just got to be respectful. Where the hell is this damn thing? Where is the Amphis? It's probably in the regular market, probably. But anyway, that's the importance of a dojo. And also, the dojo is where you actually go to trade. However, they did introduce a non-dojo trade in Maru's Bazaar on Earth. So, you have your own. You have two different ways of trading, and you don't have to worry about it. Also, when it comes to trading, your mastery rank is how many times you can trade a day. So that's what's important about mastery rank. Yes, it'll unlock other things, and you can actually get excuse me, and you can unlock new weapons, new warframes, and everything else, because things are EXP locked, like the Soma here, the regular Soma. Rank Mastery 7. There you go. It'll say EXP locked, you can unlock it at Rank Mastery 7. The reason why I say the Latron is an amazing starter is because you can literally buy it the very first chance you get. So, now, on to credit farming. Credit farming in of itself is pretty simple. It's credit farming. It's the currency. The earliest time you can do this is here. I don't want to say that. Is here. Dark Sector Defense, Infestation, level 5 to 15. You will walk away with roughly 16,000 bonus credits at the end of the mission. And all you have to do with the defense is go 5 waves, get out. There you go. 16,000. You do that 10 times in a row, and it's like maybe 10 minutes a run. You do that 10 times in a row, and you walk away with 160,000 credits. That's enough to buy pretty much anything that you really need right out the gate. Now, beginner starter warframes that you would actually want. I already went over this slightly in the previous part, but I'll go over it excuse me, here. Rhino. Amazing starter warframe. Probably one of the best that's in the game. Now, in order to get his parts, you have to go here. Let me walk over here very nonchalantly. The third planet. I don't know if you guys want to count Earth as your first, but the third planet you gain access to, which is Venus. Where is the boss? That is Foreign. Okay. Now, the regular assassination mission is called Jackal. Very simple boss, and is your first taste of the gimmicks and everything else that happens. When you're doing Jackal, he drops Rhino, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Like I said again, if you're having trouble or anything else, just feel free to ask somebody, and they will be glad to help you. Someone will help you because of the simple fact that there's always somebody watching. Don't put it in all caps like need help or anything else like that. It's just say looking for Rhino farm. I'm new. Please help. Simple, short, sweet, and people will actually take to that because you're not actually being demanding like I need help. Stop. And I announced Valkyr yesterday, or not yesterday, the previous video. I'm sorry about that. And you get her from Alad V. Now, what ends up happening is, here's the interesting thing. If there's a rare resource, like let's say here, Jupiter, neural sensors. By the way, this is the only place you can get it. Alad V has the highest chance to drop neural sensors. So if people say looking for Alad V farm, of course there's two different Alad Vs, but it's like neural sensor farm or Alad V farm, pretty much you're going to be running this for about an hour just to try and get neural sensors. Now, the other way you can go about this is the same thing as I said before with Orokin Cells. You head to Ittarra, Survival, bring a Necros with you, you do the killing, Necros desecrates, and then you kind of switch off and everything else. Just make sure you stay near the Necros, so that way they can keep desecrating and giving you second drops. That's generally what I do. I either play good old Broberon here that you see on the screen, or I bring Necros. It all depends on what is actually being done. So, now here's where it'll get interesting. I'm going to let you guys decide what you want as the third part. Now, do you want me to go over weapons? Do you want me to and by go over weapons, I mean, do you want me to give my personal opinion on what the best weapons are, regardless whether they're in the dojo or not? What is it? Do you want me to tell you, do you want me to go over how you should actually spend your plat? Or do you want me to go over, it'll be 3 choices, it'll be weapons, how you would actually want to save your plat, or do you want me to show you how to actually properly trade, give you the ins and outs of it? Because if it's the trading one, that's all it will be. If it's the weapon thing, then there will be more to actually be had. So, you guys let me know in the comments, or just, leave a comment saying, hey, I want to see more about trading. I'll be glad to do it, and it'll give me just the excuse me, it'll give me the right direction in which to take this, because this is just like I said, this is just Warframe 101, just a beginner guide. It's not going to go too in depth, and it's not going to show the ins and outs of synergy and so on and so forth. So if you guys are confused about anything, please leave a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to actually take the time to actually explain it to you once more. So I will catch you guys in the next part. Be sure to leave those likes, be sure to leave those comments, and everything else. It helps me greatly, and it lets me know that you guys enjoy this, and I can enjoy making them as well. I mean, I'm always going to enjoy making them. Let's be realistic here. Well, everybody, this is Ittarra signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, everyone, and be safe. Later!